What we do is legal, therefore it is not unethical. If this was unethical, it would be illegal. Hey guys, come to you with Movies with Brian. We're going to talk about Waffle Street today. This is the latest movie that I saw. This movie has Danny Glover, has James Lafferty, and Julia Gonzalo. They're the three main stars in this movie. And this movie takes place roughly about 2008 2009. It is based on a true story, and it's a true story about this person here who works in high finance, and they are the VP of a multi billion dollar hedge fund, and he goes around and he's extremely smart with numbers, and he's able to get people to sell them um, credit or whatnot, and then they turn it around and dump it to make money and whatnot. So that's the reason why I included that quote there at the beginning. And so it's a story about him. He works there and he gets fired and gets let go. And he then is kind of soul searching and trying to figure out what he wants to do in life. His entire life, he's always been all about numbers and wanting to be a guy who works with numbers and works in finance. And it's pretty much all he's known his whole life. James Lafferty, the character he's playing, who's James Adams. And so he finds this job finally that they're hiring at a chicken joint. And so this is a chicken joint that he used to frequent a lot in college and would eat the food. And so he gets a job there as a server. This is where he meets Donald Glover. And sorry, I keep saying Donald. I don't know why I say Donald. Danny Glover. And it's here that he starts to learn lessons about life. He starts to figure out who he is, and ultimately his main goal, he finds out, is that once he works 1,000 hours, he is eligible to buy his own chicken joint. And he finds out that the owner of the chicken joint he's at is looking to sell, and so he talks with them to let him know, hey, I want to buy this from you. Once I get my 1,000 hours, I want to buy this restaurant and I want to own it and then be successful in that way. And so he goes, and this is kind of what the movie's about: is him working super hard and having to make sacrifices that he's more than willing to make, but can be rough for the family. And so it's him and his wife trying to navigate these sacrifices and the growing of their family, and just everything along the lines from them being very, very well off to not being as well off because he's a server at a chicken joint. And so um, it's it's pretty decent. It's not bad. I'd give it a 3 out of 5 on Netflix, 6 out of 10 on IMDb. I think it's one of those movies that's not bad to watch when you're sitting at home and not having to go to the movie theater and spend money. But I don't know if I'd spend money going to the movie theater. I think it's fine on Netflix or streaming, or even if you have Netflix DVD. Like I always say, hey, Netflix DVD, that's the best way to go. Um, but yeah, I think it's a B movie, but overall the acting was decent. I don't think you're going to be blown away by it, but the acting was decent. I don't think you're going to sit there and go, oh, it was just so awful. It has a few laughs along the way, definitely a couple life lessons. Towards the end of the movie, James Adams, or James Lafferty, comes to realize what he really is wanting to do in life and figuring out. Um, and it's a little poetic at the end. What happens to him is kind of just poetic of what he does at the beginning and throughout his career at the beginning of the movie. So, yeah, I'd recommend seeing it. It's a good movie to watch at home, just to relax, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. I will say it is a little slow. The movie's only 90 minutes, but it felt a lot longer than that. So it can be slow at times. So, could be a little bit of a turn off while you're watching, but hopefully you guys really enjoy it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next movie. All right.